welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be doing the Newbie BookTube challenge. I would first like to apologize for any lighting issues or bumps, or even if I look down I have the questions written down in front of me. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with question number 1. Why did I start this channel? As someone who's been living in Japan for 9 or 10 years, it's quite difficult to find people who like reading, specifically English books, here in Japan, so I thought it would be a great way for me to start interacting with the world a little bit more by starting a YouTube channel. I also have a lot of social anxiety, so going out in public is not really something that I like to do. So doing it online through YouTube or Bookstagram is a way for me to start making new friends with similar-minded interest, like reading books. Not necessarily the same genres, but who likes reading books, and then we can talk about books, because I like talking about books. Now, on to question number 2. What genres do I like? I mainly read middle grade and romantasy books, but I will throw in some sci-fi, historical fiction, books, romance books every now and then too. I enjoy a lot of genres. I also read some nonfiction here and there, some other books like self-help books. I read a little bit of everything, but like I said, my main genres are middle grade and romantasy books. Now on to question number 3. What's something unique you can bring to the BookTube community? Like I said in the beginning, I live in Japan. I'm hoping to be able to show you a little bit of my world here in Japan through books, but also just some of my life here in Japan, some life vlogs. I want to show you some of the temples, a lot of historical things around here in Japan. I live pretty close to Kyoto. If any of you know that city, it's one of the old capitals in Japan, so there's a lot of cultural things here that I can show you. Yeah, and I want to show you, I guess, a little bit of how it's like being a reader, an English book reader here in Japan, because sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to acquire new English books. They're either really expensive or they're just out of reach. I have one big bookstore near me that I know of that sells English books, but sometimes the prices can be, a little bit higher because they're imported here. So those are some things I would like to show you about Japan, and yeah. Now on to question number 4. What got me into reading? In high school, I used to read a lot of books with one of my friends. We used to exchange books all the time. I'm talking about probably 20, 30 books, sometimes a month. I don't know how she read as fast as she did. I think I read pretty fast, but she always read a lot faster than me. But I think that's what got me into really enjoying reading. We read a lot of romance books back then. And then after we went to college, we kind of went our separate ways. And I started just not reading quite as much as I used to. Life happens. You've been busy, you have work, all those things. And then when I came to Japan around 2019, I guess, 2020, around that time, you know what happened in the world, the big pandemic. I had a lot more free time. So I started reading a lot more. I would be reading books like Throne of Glass, The Immortal Instruments, even Keepers of the Lost City when it came out. I was reading a lot of books back then, and that just really helped me cope, I guess, with everything that was going on in the world. Now on to question number 5. What challenges do you think you'll face? I think by the video alone you'll know that filming videos like this will be quite the challenge for me as someone who really has a lot of anxiety issues. But I'm hoping this will help with those issues, help me get me out of my shell a little bit more. And I don't know how other booktubers do this. This is a nerve-wracking situation for me. I don't I've probably filmed the same clip about 4 times. But yeah, so that's probably my biggest challenge. I think also filming out in public is going to be a little bit more of a challenge. Now on to the last question that I'm going to answer in this video is, where do I like to read? I like to read pretty much anywhere. I read on my couch, I read on my bed. Those are some places I like to read in my apartment. But I also read as I walk to work with my headphones through an audiobook, and on the train that I have to take to get to work every day. I have about an hour commute to work every day and back, so I get a lot of my reading done there. And as a bonus question, something I would like to also address is that I also am not just interested in reading books. I don't know if you can see any of the things on my bookshelf, but I'm also into gaming a little bit. I like the gacha games like Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, Honkai Star Rail. I've also started playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth recently, and I am loving it, as I knew I would, because it's one of my favorite games I've ever played when I was younger. So maybe we can talk about some games and some other interests that you may have as well in the comments. If you stayed until the end, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I hope you like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and maybe we can get to know each other a little bit more and continue talking about books and our love and enjoyment for the books. Thank you for watching.